Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
As always, Steve Dagley.
And
G. Are we recording?
You do fucking deja vu. Steve, we're rolling, right?
Yeah.
We have a very special guest here, all the way from Philadelphia, Tony from Hack the Movies.
Wait, I'm sorry. Am I special?
Welcome.
Because this is the third person from Hack the Movies you've had on the show. I noticed you started with Crystal
Yes.
for whatever reason, and then you went to Gil, of all people, and then you come to me.
I didn't think you would do the show, honestly, without some sort of connection. So,
And he doesn't like
No,
you
I
as
would have
much.
done it. Now I'm doing it out of spite.
Okay.
I have to prove myself. I'm like, I did not send my best to reviewing history. Gil and Crystal, are you kidding me?
Were we scraping the bottom of the barrel?
No, that would have been a Joey C episode. Anyway, yeah, great to be here. So happy to be
Thanks
here.
for coming on.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, the Crystal episodes were good, though. That was a Conjuring 1 and...
Okay,
No.
well, that's my last
No.
episode of reviewing history.
She did the one with the Ana de Armas.
Oh,
Blonde.
Blonde.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
did Conjuring 2.
Conjuring
Yeah.
2,
Right.
Wait, you had her on 2 episodes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You had her on 2 episodes. You did a 2-parter with Gil, and then you're like, we'll just throw you an episode.
Do you want
Johnny.
to be
Well,
on
we'll
that?
get you back.
You want to be on the next one?
Oh, that's why I don't know who Gil is.
He wasn't
you
there.
weren't
I
there.
wasn't here before.
You had a wonderful phone call from your car.
That's
I,
right.
Yeah.
was,
Yes.
I was listening to it on the way here, and I was just like, "Oh, it's that kind of show." All right. I hope not every episode's
good
like
one?
that.
A good one.
But we're here today to talk about The Straight Story, a David Lynch movie.
Yeah.
Yes, the late
Lynch.
David
Yeah.
Lynch,
Rest
who
in
I
peace.
love.
You're a Lynch guy?
I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing a shirt on my face. That's me as Laura Palmer from Twin Peaks. Yeah,
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
We call
I
this
see
Tony
it now.
Peaks.
Nice.
Available at the Retroware store. Look up
She's
Hack Movies
dead.
at the Retroware store.
That's so good.
No, I really like Lynch. I was sad he died recently. Yeah, and I'm excited we're talking about this.
He loved a good cigarette.
He did.
Yeah.
A little too much.
Yeah.
He was a stubborn old man, which is the theme of the episode.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you should probably stop doing this bad thing that you're doing. You're a
No,
burden
man.
to everyone.
That's not the way he rolls.
He definitely related to this story a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy's from Montana. He's from Montana.
Yeah.
You know, there's like some similarities.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Lynch guy. I haven't seen everything, but I've seen,
Seen a
probably
decent
about
amount
half of
now.
his movies.
Yeah.
You know.
It's funny that this is considered his most like accessible movie. And then he says, "That's my most experimental film." It's like, oh my god! Of course he would think this is the one.
doing something different
The one that you can watch beginning to end and know what's going on. He still works in his weird stuff, like the weird, wacky characters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, you could show this to anyone and they'll know what happened in the movie. And he's like, that's me being experimental. I can only do Gordon Cole, David Lynch. I can't do normal David
Yeah, well,
Lynch.
that's the best one.
Yeah, but it's like, that's me being experimental. It's like, no, that's just you making a regular movie, David. You just don't often do it.
And I gotta say,
Elephant Man is normal too. I
that
think.
that is
Well,
probably
that's
his
his
like,
other
one.
yeah.
that's his
That's
like,
the other one.
Which
probably
is why
his
those are my
best.
2 favorites.
Yeah.
You know.
Elephant
You
Man's
see-
probably his best.
But Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
Wild at
Yeah.
Heart is his best. Come on, Nicolas Cage. Come on.
I've actually never seen Wild
Wild
Heart.
at
I gotta
Heart's
be
great.
honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wild
have to watch
Heart's
it. I'm gonna have to
great.
watch it.
I like Lost Highway a lot.
Lost Highway is good, but again,
Yeah.
that's another one.
It's
where you're-
weird.
That's another one where you're like, what the fuck is happening? Bill
Yeah.
Bill Pullman's in a jail cell and now he's someone else. What is going on?
This
think
movie's right like hot off the heels of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about like the OJ trial.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Robert
I never
Blake
saw it.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was before Robert Blake murdered.
Before?
Yeah, allegedly murdered.
Number
someone?
2?
Huh?
That's number 2, isn't it?
What, Robert Blake?
Yeah.
No, you're thinking of Robert Vaughn, right? Isn't that number 2?
Who was number 2 in Austin Powers?
Who does number 2 work?
That's Robert Vaughn. That was not Robert Blake.
I gotta say, first impression of this, I think the Lynch style almost took me out of the movie too much. I have to admit it.
Oh no!
I think
got
it would
me
have been
going.
better without
That
it. I
kept
think
me
it would have
going.
been better without it.
Oh no, we needed a scene where a woman just hits a deer and has a mental breakdown. I'm like,
His-
no, I needed that.
Very funny.
I needed that.
Very good.
That was the moment in our group chat I texted and said Steve is gonna hate this.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate
Okay.
it. Not at all.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot, but I think the Lynch style, not so much the moments like that, because that adds a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
I don't like the weirdness in this because I just think it has too many valid points about life to coincide with being weird. Like pick a lane kind of thing for me.
I'll counter.
You think-
Life has weird shit just happen
Yeah.
sometimes though.
Sure, but not. I meant like the weird way of speaking. The like slow moments. This is completely director stuff. I'm not talking about story.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that just took it out for me a little bit.
I feel like Ant wants to respond to
Go
this.
ahead.
He's like rolling his eyes.
No. He likes that. That's
This
why.
movie's a masterpiece.
It's good.
I think
Fucking
it's a
amazing.
masterpiece, yeah. I think the slow style and pace works for
Yeah.
it because it's a movie about a guy on a lawnmower going 5 miles an hour.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
You gotta
Station
fill.
agent. We need
Yeah.
weirdness.
We
Yeah.
gotta fill
Fucking
it.
bizarre
Yeah.
shit.
It was
Quiet movie.
I think I watched this once in college, but I really, upon rewatching, I really liked it. In college, my friend decided he graduated from Penn State's main campus, and he decided he was just gonna run all the way home to Philly. And I was like, oh, cool. I was doing a documentary class at the time. Like, I'm filming that. So we just spent like 2 weeks like filming him running across Pennsylvania.
How far is it?
I think he from where he was going, where he ended up, it was like 250 miles.
He gumped it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he ended up getting like a fracture in his leg and everything.
Oh, shit.
But like rewatching this, just like all the shots of just like fields and stuff, it reminded me like when we were in like rural Pennsylvania filming him like running through all these cornfields and stuff. So yeah, it was very relatable in that regard.
Yeah, about a year ago, I watched this video on YouTube of a guy walking from Philadelphia to New York City, and it's just great. I love this shit. Like, just people being in the undergrowth that you don't really see a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
How long did it take him to walk from Philly
Like
to New
3
York?
days.
Hold on a second.
This
Better.
this story, the real guy, I think it took him a lot longer.
Took him 5 weeks.
No, I'm sorry.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
In the movie, it takes him a lot. Wow,
You got
I'm
this.
retarded.
Yeah, you got
It
this.
takes him
Less
much
time.
longer in the movie than it did in real life.
Do you think?
Yeah, because they say he's on the road for like 5 weeks. When
Yeah,
his
toward
thing
the
breaks down.
there's one point he's like, I've been driving for 5 weeks, and then
Yeah.
the movie goes on
Right.
from there.
He still had 60 miles at
Okay.
that point too, which
Yeah.
means he would have another like week.
Yeah,
How long did it actually take him?
the 6 weeks.
6
I was just
Actually
looking, yeah,
did
I
take him?
was refreshing on it. Yeah, 6 weeks.
That actually seems
240
that's exactly
miles.
legit.
Yeah.
I have a question
Yeah.
for Tony here, because kind of a little backtrack on the weird stuff, the weirdness of the Lynch movies.
Yeah.
I assume you watched Twin Peaks both seasons.
You
kind
got
of thing.
all of them.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Do you remember
many
the episode
times.
where it's just an explosion for like 15 minutes?
Episode 8, bro.
Episode 8, the return?
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, it's the greatest work of television I've ever seen
Yes.
in my
God,
entire
that's
life.
correct. That's correct answer.
I was gonna say he's obsessed with that. I figured because he loves it,
Totally
he
love
would
it.
be too.
I was just
Okay.
like, "There's that. You don't even need to finish the series; just end it there.
Yeah.
Everyone should just stop making TV shows. It'll never be more perfect than that episode. It's just amazing. It really, and I'm not usually like, I like abstract kind of artsy fartsy stuff like usually, but like I'm never like really hardcore. There's some directors that I'll watch and I'll be like, who's the guy who did Fuck, hold on. Give me a second.
Throw it out
Give me
there.
a second.
Just say things.
He made a movie. Brad Pitt's in it. Jessica Chastain's in it. It's about life and
Burn
Oh,
after-
Terrence Malick.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Terrence.
Terrence Malick. That
yeah.
life. That
Tree of
whatever.
Life.
Tree of Life. Yeah, yeah. I remember watching
About
Tree of Life and going, "This fucking sucks." So like it's
Right.
but there's something about Lynch like it just connects with me a little bit more. So when he has someone brooming up a fucking dance floor for 3 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just like beautiful. I can watch this all day. I can put this on a loop and watch it all day. Terrence Malick has like a supernova going off and a dinosaur staring at another dinosaur. I'm like, get this shit off my screen. I don't like the.
if it's the
I-
Lynch supernova.
I think the way they approach things are very different. Where I feel like Terrence Malick is like to borrow from South Park, he's a guy who sniffs his own farts.
Yeah.
Where like he's going out of his way, like I'm making something so poignant
Yeah.
and like and like, you know, deep, and it's philosophical, and like, look at this image, like Thin Red Line is like almost unwatchable because of that shit. Like with long
what you mean the movie
soliloquies.
where they edited it so much that what's his face is no longer the main character? There's something wrong with that movie. Oh, who was it? That was Adrian Brody, I think.
I think that was Brody.
And
yeah.
afterwards, he's like, "Wait, what the fuck is this? Wasn't I the main character of this movie?"
But so, and then like David Lynch is like,
He loves
there's
his
going to be
quiet
weird stuff
Yeah.
that I want you to think about.
I remember he said like there was some interview because someone was like asking him like stuff about Twin Peaks season 3. He's like, "What do you think it meant?" They're asking you, David. And he's like, I would read these books and I'd be like, I want to know what the person who wrote it what meant by it, and then I realized they've been dead for years. So you just have to come to your own conclusion. And I'm watching the interview. I'm like, yeah, but David, you're alive right now, so why don't you tell people right now? And then he refused not to, and I'm like, brilliant.
Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Oh, it's because he doesn't have a reason.
Do you have a cigarette?
When season 3 ended on a cliffhanger, I'm like, you motherfucker, you waited 25 years, you put a movie that didn't finish it, you finally come back, and you end on a cliffhanger that you know you're never going to do. I'm like, love it.
She just
Perfect
screamed in
ending.
the street.
Perfect ending. But yeah, this movie. I'm surprised he actually took this one. I mean, I guess he could relate to some of the stuff, but his producer saw the story in the newspaper and was like, I need to make this movie. Now, if I would have read that story in the newspaper, I would have been like, what a fucking asshole. That old guy probably like slowed down so much traffic.
Every single one of us would have beeped at that dick.
Yeah,
I have
every
that in
one
my
of us.
notes.
I'm
You're
like-
behind him.
I'm like, he is a burden.
Well, he's off to the side, though.
Doesn't matter. He's
Doesn't
blocking half
matter.
the
He's
road.
hauling that fucking trailer.
What if there's like traffic coming the other way and you can't get past him?
It's Iowa.
And
That's
he's
it.
just sleeping on people's farmland.
Yeah.
I would be pissed if I owned a farm.
Bonfires.
And
Steve would have shot him 100%.
He's
If-
dead.
Well,
if
then
I-
how are you going to save a young pregnant girl's future?
Would have shot her too. Would have saved her future.
I love that she takes his advice. I'm like, wait, the fucking old guy who's driving a tractor because he's too stubborn to
He
hitch a
can
ride?
separate the wheat from the chaff.
But yeah, I can imagine being like, imagine if he died in his sleep and I'm a farm owner. I'm like, what is this shit? That's some old fucking guy.
Here's the problem. If he dies in his sleep, you lose all your crops. They're going up in flames because he can't put out his stupid
That's the thing.
fire.
He's setting up fires on people's lawns. I'd be
Dry
like-
farmland.
I'm like, this guy's a problem. I'm glad he's dead. Holy shit. His brother moved away to get away from this fucking guy, probably. But then when I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, I'm so captivated. I love this character. The way it's told. They remind me of like Into the Wild. Have you guys done that
Yes.
one?
We haven't done it
We
yet,
haven't done
but
it.
I've seen
Yeah.
it.
Into the Wild. I remember watching Into the Wild. I'm like, wow, what a really good movie. And then I look up the story, I'm like, oh, that guy's just a douchebag.
He's
Yeah.
a dumbass.
He could have got out at any point. He just really wasted everyone's time for attention. And that's the thing, Alvin.
but man, he burned his wallet, man.
Man.
And then Alvin Strait, apparently, he didn't do this for attention, guys. He didn't want attention. 2 years later, he tried to do another tractor ride.
Okay,
Oh, I didn't know he
but
tried to do a second one.
They tried to get him on like Leno and David Leno. He
Yeah.
refused to go.
Because he acts like he's better than everyone. But then
He
I
is.
guess
He's
he got
Alvin Strait.
But then I guess he didn't get attention. The attention went away, so he couldn't act like he was too cool for it. He's like, I'll do another tractor ride, but then it was too cold. He couldn't
Maybe
do
he
it.
just likes a nice lawnmower ride. You ever consider that?
But
When was the last time you rode a lawnmower?
Yeah, dude. People love mowing their lawns.
back to the traffic thing. I want you to imagine you're on your morning commute. You're running late. And you got this fucking lawnmower making the road slow in front of you. You would want to kill him.
Yes. I'm
Anthony
not
might have
denying
beat
that.
him to
I
death.
just found like some folksy wisdom in the man, and I was inspired by him. Sorry.
I like movie.
Folky
Alvin
wisdom,
Strait.
a.k.a. poor.
Movie Alvin Strait is fine. I feel like I would hate real life Alvin Strait.
No, I want to hear his ramblings. I want to know what he knows. I
So
want to
He
hear
doesn't
about
know
it.
shit. He was a crazy alcoholic.
I want to hear
He
about
doesn't have a car.
how he murdered a young man in 1944
team
in the
killed.
hedgerows.
He's a team killer.
So his rights end up. The New York Times makes a story. The rights end up kind of getting bought by another person, and it lapses. And then David Lynch's producer is able to scoop up the rights. She brings it to Lynch, and they decide to make it after he read the story and he fell in love. And they made it. They premiered at Cannes.
They got
And
Richard Farnsworth to be in
Yeah.
it, and they're like, he had just got diagnosed with prostate
he's
cancer.
dying as
so
they're
he's
making it.
dying
Oh,
as
wow.
he's making
Even
the movie.
better.
That makes
It's
that
like
the
makes it
log
special,
lady.
Yeah.
Supposedly, supposedly he couldn't like walk at points in this.
That's why he needs his double canes.
And like he actually
he needs
needed
the
the canes. Like he was
Right.
like an agony
This is
film.
perfect.
Yeah.
This is realism.
Yeah.
Or torture.
I
don't know
actually
what you
watched
ask.
a video of David Lynch talking about this, and he was like, when he first heard about the story, he was like, I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
He didn't like it.
I
And
would
that-
do the same thing if I read that story. Like, you want to, like, this is clearly a bad guy. You want me to tell like, the story of the villain who wants to ruin everyone's day and waste everyone's time? I want to make a movie about a guy everyone likes.
Then he read the script and was like, I got to do this. Like, he loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
I think it fits with his style. He loves like middle America, Americana type stuff, folksy.
I mean, it's where he's
Sure.
from. There's
Yeah.
like an element
Yeah.
of your roots, and you know, he's in his late 50s when he's making this, probably, right? So you know, he's probably thinking more about the end and stuff like that.
Well,
But
this was
it's,
made in '99, right?
yeah.
yeah. But the other thing
The actual
is,
event is 94.
yeah. The other thing is that Disney had a guy watching it at Cannes, and he bought the rights. And it's funny because that's kind of what helped Lynch get bigger, was going on ABC for Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Also ended up killing Twin Peaks,
Yeah.
but you know, they have that part
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess,
it
I
is
guess
fun-
he had a working relationship with Disney already.
at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny just seeing like someone from Disney is like, this needs to be a Disney movie, and it's rated G of
It
all
is.
thing. Like,
I
it's
think there's an
like
F-bomb in there. I think there's one.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't see it. I
Well,
didn't hear
the MPAA is so inconsistent. There might be actually, but yeah, no, it's real. It's a rated G David Lynch movie put out by Disney. I'm like, it's a thing that shouldn't exist, and it has a beginning, middle, and end. I'm just like, this is like an anomaly of a movie.
It's an enigma.
It's
Yeah.
his penultimate movie too, I believe, right? Because isn't the
No.
No, because he did Inland Empire after
I thought
this.
that was the last one.
I feel like there was one more.
Isn't
I think
Mulholland Drive
is.
after
I
this?
think
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive is after
this?
this.
Yeah.
And
I heard that's like a favorite for.
yeah, Mulholland
loves that
Drive.
one.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Inland
No,
Empire.
Mulholland Drive is his penultimate. Yeah.
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 I've seen Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
Which one
That
do you like
wasn't
better?
that supposed to be a pilot for ABC?
Yeah, it was. It started off early on as a spin-off about Audrey Horne going to
Okay.
California, and then it turned into something else. It was going to be a
Naomi
pilot,
Watts.
and then they're like, "Let's make a weird-ass movie."
in Lynch fashion.
Where are you at with his Dune?
I like the so fans had gotten together and they got all the extra footage from the TV version and they cut it together the way the original script was.
Okay.
Because he never got to do a final cut
Yeah.
on it and then he refused to. I like that like reconstructed version.
The Frankenstein version?
Yeah, it's actually okay. Like his version of Dune was okay. I don't hate it. I like it a lot actually.
I thought it was fine. I liked it.
Any problem with that movie wasn't really his fault. Like the theatrical cut of that movie is a mess, but that's because it was taken away from him.
It's also, you know, like Dune is so dense.
Yeah.
Like to compact it all into one
I
movie
was
is
annoyed he
fucking
got
hard.
rid of the crazy psychic karate for the sound guns. That's the only real problem I have with that.
And there's no bucket.
The weirding way.
Yeah. But should we start the movie
Let's
proper?
jump
do it.
in.
I just have before we do.
Yeah.
This was your choice. Why'd you pick it?
The shirt.
Is it just a reason to wear the shirt?
Well, one, I think I was given a list.
No. I didn't give him. I just said anything that we haven't done. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just because Lynch had just died.
Yeah.
It's a movie based off a true story.
Yeah.
And my people have been wanting me to review. It's funny, I actually don't talk about Lynch. I bring up Lynch all the time, and I think I've only reviewed Dune. I haven't like really reviewed any of his movies on my shows. I'm like, I should probably get to reviewing some Lynch stuff, actually.
Alright.
So yeah, I thought all the pieces were together.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
and it fits the format of your show, so
Yeah.
it works.
Does.
All right, so we begin. It's like a small town. There's some dogs running around. It's a little weird.
Solid
you
It
know?
farm
feels like the
equipment.
beginning of Blue Velvet. With like the sunny, like suburban or rural
Yeah.
area.
The
yeah.
music is just straight
Yeah.
Twin Peaks Lynch.
Yeah.
Well, it's Angela Badalamenti.
Yeah.
Is it? No, I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
someone
it
else.
is.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought when I looked it up, it credited someone else.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I fucking love the score to this movie.
It's good.
It's great.
I
Awesome.
mentioned.
What?
Fuck this guy. I mentioned it.
He got the name though, so I'm giving him the credit.
All right. Okay. All right.
No, the music is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's Twin Peaks. That's what it feels
Yeah.
like, and even with like, that's the kind of good thing about that Lynch style, where you could take a very boring shot and add weird music, and it's like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
Because just the same shot of the same piece of farm equipment like 18 times in this film.
Well, this opens up with just like a fat lady suntanning.
Yeah.
Yes, Dorothy.
Yeah.
What is her relationship with them?
She's
Because
the
she's not
neighbor.
his wife.
No, she's the neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah. Because we see her
Yeah,
go
she's
into-
off to the side.
We see her go into her house, and then it shows his house, and we just hear him fall.
Well, they got to get Dorothy into the twister so that they're able to determine weather patterns.
Oh.
Really strong winds. Just spinning. I think it also shows the closeness of the community because you're gonna have your neighbors just sunbathing on your lawn. There's no gate.
No.
You know, you're talking like face to face. It's a different time.
I like the old guys at the hardware store and the bar.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be us one day.
I have a note. The fat woman, she looks like Honey Boo Boo's mom.
Oh yeah.
That's all I kept thinking about was Mama June.
Yeah, we created that. That's our society was able to do that.
Yeah.
What a great achievement.
So they're like looking for Alvin, and they come, and he's just
fell.
laying on the floor.
You hear him fall through
Yeah.
like the window,
Yeah.
and this is when I realized that I was like, this acting isn't really good.
But it's
It's
David Lynch acting.
It's Lynch
Yeah,
acting,
yeah.
which
Which is
let's
great.
say isn't good, but it's
What are you
it's
talking
great.
about? It's great.
It's quirky
It's
and
not
weird.
gonna win any Oscars.
He was nominated.
He was
Farnsworth.
nominated.
Yeah, but he didn't win.
though.
Yeah, I know.
But still, he got nominated.
I actually think he should have won.
Who won that
Kevin
year?
Spacey for American Beauty. In retrospect, can we retroactively change that?
I think we could. Alvin was good. More so, the other ones were kind of like weird to me.
I think more at the beginning. I think the people he runs into later are better.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed.
I really thought that
Sissy
Sissy
Spacek.
Spacek did a good job
Yeah, she is.
portraying whatever ailment she was supposed to have.
The ailment was just lag.
She's buffering.
Yeah, that's all it was.
That is what it sounds like.
Losing.
She was ahead of her
Connection.
time. That's what every like live stream would sound like 20 years, 30 years later.
She's doing like half Shatner. you
Yeah.
know?
But no, she has like some kind of like autism or something. I don't
Yeah,
know what
she's
they call it.
off.
Yeah.
You're a
You
big
don't know.
Carrie fan, right?
I love Carrie. Brian De Palma, man.
Yeah, she was good. But he fell, and they have to take him to doctors. I ain't going. It's like, you're going.
Yeah, I can't. If there's one thing I hate, it's like stubborn old people who are making everyone's lives miserable.
I can't wait to
Just
be
die
that.
already.
I can't wait to be that.
I can't. Like guys, like recently, I tried to start The Sopranos.
What?
And I know,
You don't like
I
Livia?
know eventually she will die, but his mom is so insufferable. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I
but
can't.
that's-
I've known too
that's the
many.
point. That's the
point.
I've known too many old women like her, and I'm like, she's reminding me of people I hate. I hate stubborn old people who just want to waste everyone's time and make them miserable.
In the end, Tony, you die in your own arms.
It's The Sopranos, though. You gotta continue.
I know, and I tried. I'm like, I can't. Can I skip ahead till after she's dead?
No.
I can't do this.
No, you gotta.
So yeah, that hospital scene, I wanted to reach through the screen and start punching him. He's like, you need a hip surgery. No. It's like, okay, a walker. No. 2 canes. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck is the difference between 2 canes and a walker? They're just 2
He has
canes
early stage
stitched together.
emphysema. He can't walk. He's a diabetic. He's not well. However, the guy's like 74, 75.
Yeah.
Let him live. He doesn't
But it's
need
just
this
like,
shit. He's gonna die
at
in like
least
2
do
years.
the walker. The 2 canes is stupid, you dumb idiot.
Nah, it's
just
great.
have the
But it's,
walker.
but it's on his terms.
Yeah, exactly.
His terms are idiotic. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
They cause
Again, I love
traffic.
It's
Again,
the
I love this-
defiance of the human spirit.
Again, I love this movie, but this reminds me of too many old people.
He wants to cause traffic. He's allowed to. That's our
I
Ant's
get it
argument.
because, like, mentally, I agree that
I
like,
agree with him.
Once you give into one ailment, I almost feel like it like compounds.
Snowballs.
So, like, I'm of the mind, like, I'm morbidly obese. I have multiple.
You are?
I know, right? I mean, I have
People only listen to the audio version of this. You're like breaking the illusion for them.
Oh, there's so many fat jokes. They know. Everyone knows.
They all thought those were like ironic, but now they think it's sad.
You think I wasn't gonna make a hot dog joke at this point? Come on, it's coming.
You're gonna get so many DMs like, "Hey, just found out you're fat. I think I have some recommendations."
But so it's like I know when I go to the doctor, they're gonna be like, "You have this
How many
wrong,
hot
this
dogs
wrong,
you-
this wrong, and this wrong,"
How
and
many
like it's
hot
gonna
dogs?
compile. So I'm like, I'm in perfect health. I don't know, but so Alvy he leaves the doctor and
Alvy?
well,
I didn't
okay with
realize
the-
you were on such intimate terms with it.
Al, he calls him Al. He
Yeah.
lets him call him
I just
Al.
watched some other movie with a guy named Alvy. I think I don't know
Alvin.
Yeah.
Or did it involve chipmunks?
No, there were no. It was not the Squeakquel. It was not Shipwrecked.
Did they look awesome smoking a stogie like Alvin? Alvin just smoking stogies.
Few
constantly.
did. Few look as cool as him. Dying of emphysema, just puffing a cigarette.
I very much saw my father-in-law in this whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the same guy.
This is pure Lynch. Like I believe when Lynch got his like diagnosis,
Yeah, he's just like,
he
"Fuck
immediately
you."
went out and just started smoking.
I'll just meditate some more. It'll be fine. Like,
I can float.
No, you can't. Stop
No, you
smoking.
can't. So we find out Rose like looks at birds and likes building birdhouses, and they're like, oh, how'd the doctors go? I'm gonna live to be 100. No, you're not. You're dead in like a year.
Well, I like his daughter's
gonna go
mentally
mower.
challenged. I get he doesn't want to worry
She's not
her.
though.
She kind of is.
Yeah, she's not all
There's
there.
some.
He's protecting her from worrying about him.
Yes. Yeah. It's not that she's,
Well,
completely
we
inept.
get more information about
Yeah,
her
yeah.
later, so
Yeah.
she's not really where she wants to be because of like this tragedy that happened.
Right.
So she's making birdhouses.
Make a birdhouse.
She's making birdhouses,
Make it red roof.
Do you guys find
Did you catch the red
birdhouses to
roof?
be sexy?
huh?
What?
You want to
do,
fuck a
do you
birdhouse?
guys find birdhouses to be like erotic or sexy?
No.
Do you
Let's
wanna fuck
dive
a
into this.
birdhouse?
Yeah. Is that what you
Not
want to
me. And no one at this table, but someone in this office has publicly admitted to being
Get 'em in
sexually.
here.
Get him.
Get him!
Who else would it be?
Wait,
Get him.
wait, why?
We're gonna find out.
He's not here.
He's not
He
here.
always does this.
Oh, there he is.
Get him. I have a question about birdhouses. Can you come to the mic real
Yeah,
quick?
come here.
Okay.
You want to fuck a birdhouse?
You want to stick your dick in a birdhouse?
Depends on the birdhouse.
What?
Wait, why?
They're
Explain.
Just so sexy.
How?
The whole.
There's a lot of things with holes. Why is a hole attached to a birdhouse sexy?
Do you want a bird to nibble on the tip of your dick?
Does the bird have to be in there?
Well, the feathers help a little. No, not necessarily.
It
Well,
doesn't
look,
have
if you put your dick in there, the bird's gonna bite it.
Not
I
necessarily.
know
And if you
it's
put your
like-
dick in there, there might be baby birds, so you're
Yeah.
like a bird
No, no,
pedophile.
no.
Are you
That's a
pedophilic?
problem.
Huh?
That's a
Are you
problem.
pedophilic?
No.
wooden birdhouse
I'm
or
ornithophilic.
plastic?
I don't mean to come to your studio and accuse you of being a bird pedophile, but that's what it sounds like.
Bird ears are different than our ears.
Wooden birdhouse? You want to get splinters?
No, well, if it's properly sanded and coated and
You know the
use a
bones are
sealer.
hollow.
You want to kill birds?
I don't want to kill them.
You want to fuck birds to
I just want to no a bird house.
All right, what is this?
I'm not making this up.
What about bat houses?
Bat boxes no, because
No, those are-
the slits are on the bottom and it's a slit. It's
Yeah,
not
that's a
hole.
problem.
Yeah,
that's a
it's not-
problem.
so it's
Bird
not-
houses, you're right. That's
Yeah.
the way to
Get
go.
him
It's not
Stop-
petite.
stop
Bird,
fucking
they're
around.
big. They're petite.
You
Yeah.
find the structure of a bird has to be erotic.
Yes.
Why?
Why do people find Sydney Sweeney hot?
Well, she's
Tits,
a woman.
Tits.
and she's a human. That probably helps. She's a human with
Human
tits
being.
and an actual vagina, not a hole in a piece of wood
It's a piece of
full
wood.
of birds.
So if I take a drill right now and just put a hole right in this desk, it's a wooden desk. Would that like spark something in you?
No.
I will
what,
say
what if-
this.
what if around the hole he got a marker and drew a house?
No.
Now, ironically, he has tryptophobia. Is
you
that
don't
what
like
it's called?
turkey.
No. Tryptophobia is when you're scared like a lot of little holes, right?
Yes, yes.
But if they're big holes,
I have.
It's not necessarily a big hole, because it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Then, it's got to
Right.
be the right
gotta
size.
be
Oh,
hole.
so
like
you
a-
actually want to have sex with it. It's not just
Yeah,
that, like,
yeah,
the structure itself. Because Walt Whitman in Leaves of Grass wrote that he found the lampposts of New York City to be a certain phallic eroticism to them. But not you. It's more
No,
you.
no.
You literally want to fuck a birdhouse.
No, I just It's tough to explain.
Can I go home? Am I allowed to just go home? I feel wrong.
The heart wants what it wants, guys.
Real quick, remember when I said I was annoyed that you didn't pick me first from Hack Movies? I take it back. Have anyone else on the show before you ever bring me back after whatever the hell that was. I'm good.
Welcome to Reviewing History.
This is a one and done. I think I'm good.
Don't yuck my yuck.
I'll yuck that all day. What?
That felt like a David Lynch thing. I don't think anyone. I don't think it's like when you turn a David Lynch movie on, you're like, I didn't expect that to be the next scene.
No.
You're like, oh, they're talking about a lawnmower movie. What? That guy wants to fuck birdhouses? How did we get here? Oh no! What the fuck? He brought back.
No. It's the man from another place.
Oh no!
You're not on camera, you dumbass.
He came back with a card with a hole in
It
it.
had a hole in it. Is that to size?
Okay.
Uncle Lyle had a stroke.
Uncle Lyle had a stroke.
How's that for a transition?
I'm sorry. We got to get back to this, but like the fact that he's like birdhouse, Cindy Sweetie, same thing.
I mean,
We could use AI. It'll
got to follow the logic.
Okay.
You weren't ready for that today, were you?
A
No.
hole is a hole
No.
to get him.
And I'm hungover and my neck hurts,
Yeah.
and this is just a great day so far.
So he wants to go back on the road to see Lyle, and his daughter says he can't go.
Yeah.
They haven't seen each other in 10 years.
Yeah.
He lives 240 miles away in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
That is quite the trip on a lawnmower.
Yes.
What's
Yes, it
the
is actually.
What is the speed of a lawnmower? What's
His
the
is 5
average?
miles
Top
an hour.
five, top
is
speed 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Pretty,
Sweet ride.
pretty sweet ride.
Yeah.
Is it from like the 60s?
And I like
the second one he gets. The first one he gets is probably even older than
Yeah.
that.
I love that she's pointing out like the trip makes no sense. She's
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
you can't see, and when you get up, your back hurts, and this hurts, and it's just like, yeah, you're making good points.
Still doing it.
The mentally challenged one is making the most sense in this fucking movie.
He was probably in a lot of pain sitting that long.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine it felt good. He gets 15 gallons of gas, and if this came out in 2005, he's probably on like a list somewhere for buying 15 gallons of gas. Why do you need that much gas?
For a lawnmower.
For a lawnmower. Okay, buddy.
I don't think they had a computer system. That would have
Yeah.
alerted someone. It's like when you buy too much fertilizer, the FBI is
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, what do you need all that fertilizer for, buddy?
So Rose is picking him up food, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's kind of gathering all these equipment pieces and bedding in like a cart that he's gonna pull,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like behind him. It's like
And
a
also,
tractor.
this proves she's autistic because she doesn't get like common phrases.
Yes.
Because girls like
Yeah.
having a party, and she's like, "Where's the party at?"
Where's the party?
Like, you're having a party. No, I'm not. It's like, no, it's just like an
She's
expression.
Data.
Yeah. She's Data, but they haven't updated their
Right.
like, operating system.
She's B4.
You get a nice shot of him spraying WD-40 over everything, which WD-40 is king, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know. And
I use that to get a rusted bolt off my sink.
that's what
once.
it's for.
Oh.
What is it? It stands for water distribution, right?
You're asking the wrong fucking guy. I can barely turn a light bulb on.
You have a computer in front of you.
I didn't know you wanted me to actually get the answer.
Just trying to learn things. You're not letting
Water displacement 40th formula.
Displacement.
Can you
okay.
Google if people are sexually attracted to WD-40?
Yeah.
Probably. I think Beaver just wanted to show off that he knew what the WD stood for and wanted you to
I looked it up.
fact-check him.
I looked it up earlier.
Of course you did.
And I was like,
Oh,
I
is
don't
that what it
remember.
is? I don't remember.
I didn't. I got it wrong.
That wasn't the first thing that came up. Well, so the first one is WD-40 best and worst uses r/homeowners.
Great.
And the second link is I use WD-40 as lube for masturbation. Now my penis is ... red and inflamed. What should I do?
Seek medical attention.
Yeah, I would say go to a doctor.
That's the answer.
That's Reddit. Or is that
That's
Quora?
Quora.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, like
Nice.
the first answer should be like, you shouldn't have even made this
Why?
post. Why did you waste time with this post?
I wonder if he used it like an actual intercourse.
Do you think that might
I
kill
think he
you.
was testing it out. At that time. He was
Might kill
testing
the
it
woman.
out.
Oh, he's back. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
He got those.
he
from his
only got
birdhouse.
3.
Thank you.
I'm good.
We'll just leave it there for
Brian
show.
will go without.
There's.
I think he would get along with Sissy Spacek's character.
Oh yeah.
They have a lot to
Sure.
connect with.
Yeah.
Birdhouses. She could build them.
Yeah.
I,
Go
uh,
build fires in the Pine Barrens together.
I googled it. There's no established term for a fetish specifically for birdhouses. So we have like
breaking
new
it.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Get him
sexual pioneer.
Get a phobia.
Does
Or-
Sissy
what- no,
Spacek
not phobia.
does Sissy Spacek do conventions or autograph signings? We got to send him with a birdhouse, so she'll think it's cute, but everyone who watches this show will be like,
No,
"Oh, that fucking pervert."
We get to coin that term. We get to legally coin a term.
Yeah.
We need a good one. It's
Sissy Spacek, by the way, is good in this. I think.
Yeah, no.
I
I
think
agree.
she's kind of been
Yeah.
underutilized as an actor for like most of her career.
What's some of them other Sissy Spacek movies?
Carrying this, that's what comes to mind.
That's
She's
it.
the mom in Hot Rod, but she's just kind of
Okay,
there in
yeah.
Hot Rod.
There's probably a bunch of like 70s and 80s movies I'm like forgetting.
Yeah.
But, you know,
But no, she is really, really good in this.
she is. So his old mower,
The Rad.
the Rad.
I love this. I love that he gears up for it, he takes off, and then it just dies.
Yeah.
And then he has to do it again.
and the people like
Doesn't
he's not
even make it to the
He's
grotto.
not even gonna make it to the grotto. The grotto's like 5 miles.
There's a shot. I don't know if it's here, but it's early on where it like shows like the classic Lynch shot of like the track. Like I don't know what you call them, the lines on a highway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it shows like the lines on a highway and it pulls back, and it's like he's barely traveled at all. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
He did. They had the thunderstorm scene, which is classic Lynch shit. He loves his electricity.
Okay.
Electricity.
Yeah.
It's gonna be shocking. They show a scene of Sophie and the neighbor eating potato chips and milk.
Yeah.
And I got so bothered.
You don't
Why?
like potato chips and milk?
Yeah, when was the last time you had that mix?
No, that's a weird mix, but you know.
My daughter has it like all the time.
Really?
Potato chips with milk?
She has everything with milk. She's a fucking
Yeah, as a
2-year-old.
child. You're not a grown up. You have choices. They're not that poor.
Yeah, and he takes his anger out on the lawnmower
I love that.
by shooting and blowing it up. So now he's just exploding things in the neighborhood.
That
I'm
was
like, this
sick.
person, you're right, he's buying multiple gallons of gasoline and now he's blowing up things. I'm like, oh, he has to be on a list. He's like,
He's got his Tannerite lawnmower.
He's a menace to society.
I'm like, that was his fucking solution was to blow it up? I'm like, what an asshole.
You maniac!
Yeah, he's just like, I don't have money for anything. Well, maybe don't blow up the fucking lawnmower that has like one thing wrong with it. You could have just traded it in.
Yeah, which Everett McGill is like, are
Yeah.
you trading it in?
He's
like,
so
no.
thin.
He is. Man, he's Everett McGill. His hair, it's like, man, you've
Bizarre.
had perfect hair your whole life. What did you do? Like, even in Twin Peaks Season 3, I'm like, it still looks pretty good.
Best. Remember when he was in Dune?
Yeah.
Who is he in Dune?
He was like his bodyguard.
No, he was the, fuck.
He was one of the Fremen.
Oh, he's a
Still
friend?
guard. He was
Oh,
still
he's
guard.
Stilgard.
He was
Okay.
still guard.
Man, are you tired to do a new Doom screen?
What?
You know the soundtrack to Dune? I am a you know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
Are you too tired to do that for me?
Last year, I got high a lot, and I listened to Hans Zimmer's Dune soundtracks. I use Amazon Music. It's like, here's what you listen to the most, and it was like,
Dune.
it was like lo-fi hip hop Super Mario music and the Dune soundtrack. And I looked at it, I'm like, man, I got high a lot last year. I need to tone it down.
That might be my favorite Hans Zimmer score.
The Dune?
I loved his Dune, yeah.
Send him other Hans Zimmer score.
I mean,
Interstellar.
Interstellar, No Time to Die.
Yeah, he's done a ton. Man.
No. It's
Gladiator.
no, it's The
That
Dark
was
Knight
Duncan
Rises,
Days.
and of course we love
What?
The Dark Knight Rises because I'm an uncredited extra that you can't see
Are
very
you?
well in the film. Yes.
What scene?
The football scene.
Wow.
I'm
Oh,
100
really?
feet across. I'm 100 feet away from the camera,
Where the,
and I
where
have
the
no
entire
close-ups.
stadium
All you
collapses,
guys
but
live
just on the field.
just the field. Yeah. He really wanted to end that game.
Yeah, you know, I worked
What
really
do you
hard.
think they did? Tunnel out underneath there? What, like,
I worked really hard on that film, and I think my performance mixed with Hans Zimmer's score makes it super memorable.
He did it. He composed
wow.
the score for Gladiator. Fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it just?
He
host
said no.
of the-
He's like, it was Dead Can Dance.
No,
I'm like, no, they
it was
played
host of the seraphim through the whole movie.
Anyways. So he blows up the tractor, gets a new one.
Yeah. Blows up the tractor. They get a new one, and
a 66 John Deere.
Yes.
It's a good machine.
And to fast forward to the end of the story, after John Deere hears about this, they got him
They got him a new
a
mower.
brand new top of the line mower.
Yeah.
And he turned it down because he doesn't like attention, right?
Oh no, he took it. He took it.
Oh.
I mean,
I'm starting to think this guy is just an asshole, wanted everyone to pay attention to him, but I'm. But I love that, like, he's just like, I hear what you're trying to do. This isn't a good idea. Anyway, take this tractor.
yeah. I mean, he wants to
So
see
you
his
think
brother.
this whole thing was a stunt to get a new lawnmower?
No, it's a stunt
a
from
long
John
time.
Deere.
John Deere gaslit him into it.
This is the,
This was
no
all
news
work.
article. We'll
He
sell
was
some
an
track.
actor.
This is all work. This is a psyop by Big Mower. It was a plan to get us to
Yeah.
love riding mowers.
How many lawnmowers do you know can make it 260 miles without breaking? Come on. John
Well,
Deere.
it did break though.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
did
thing.
break. In real life, it broke
yeah, but
way
it made
more
like
than
240 miles before it broke.
I think it only breaks once in the movie.
Yeah.
In real life, it broke a lot.
Well, he passes the grotto.
Mm-hmm.
He makes it the 5 miles. And he keeps his hat, so he's learning the ways of the road. I don't
Yeah.
know why, because he's like 85. You should know this.
We can't see very well.
Can't see.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't have a car.
Sees a
And
young
he re-
woman.
And he
hitchhiker.
refused to ride.
And just, how you going, lady? And just keeps going.
No, I
Yeah.
thought he was offering her a ride, and she like didn't want to.
No, I mean the whole trip in general. He could have
Oh.
just gotten a ride.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
refused it. He has to do it.
Gotta do it his way.
Yeah.
He never says why he has to really do it his way.
And he could stop smoking.
It seems like
It's
he's
the
it seems like his brother just had this horrible stroke. Alvin's making it all about him. He's like,
He's
wow, my brother went through a whole thing, but I'm gonna take attention away
I'm gonna
from
spend
that.
5 weeks on the road.
When I get there, everyone's gonna be like, "Did you hear about a stroke?" And like, yeah, whatever. His brother just drove on a tractor.
Right. Did you hear about the stroke? Yeah, he fucking died within the 5 weeks it took you to travel because you didn't want to get there in time.
That was a sincere possibility.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't really think that one through, did you, Alvin? He had a stroke. I gotta go visit him. But you know what? I really don't want to see him before he dies. Let me spend 5 weeks on the fucking road.
It's his penance for life. He's redeeming himself through the ordeal
How about just
of the lawnmower.
how about just getting there in a day and being like sorry?
Nah,
He's
man.
showing humility by doing this.
By not saying bye to his brother if he dies, he just had a stroke. Fuck you guys. You guys don't get it.
I think you don't get it.
A literal angel shows up on a giant lawnmower at the end
Oh no, here you go.
Oh, I'm
to
glad
shepherd
you're
him the
great.
rest
Okay.
of the
Wait,
way.
here we go. Here we go. I agree with you, and I understand for the movie version.
Yeah, we're talking
that
about
you're
reality, dick.
You're 100% right for the movie. In reality, I think this guy was just an attention-hungry asshole, and he had water on the brain for being an alcoholic. But the movie version, you're 100% correct.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're saying, hey, this guy didn't want to see his brother.
Yeah.
He could have easily spent the $200 that he spent on a fucking
He probably
lawnmower
was
to
just
get
like,
a ride.
"Oh, sorry, brother. Did you have a stroke? I have emphysema, and I just drove all the way here on a tractor."
How about what if like he got on his old shitty lawnmower? He's like, I don't have a license because he probably was like a drunk driver, and then
Now you're assuming he's
now
a
that
criminal.
like the lawnmower breaks down, right? And he's just like, well, I can't see him, you know. But then like nice Samaritans are like, we'll just give you another lawnmower. He's like, fuck. And now he's got to do it.
This anti-Alvin
I know.
fucking sentiment.
I tried everything.
How
Oh, you
chip
try
X at the
this?
table?
Fuck.
Hayden Alvin. Was
Can
there
you
like-
name the girl chipmunks? Do you know their names?
I do this all the time. Brittany is the girl.
Why
Alvin.
do you do this all the time?
You know what's funny? I had to. It's a weird coincidence. I had to look up the chipettes recently.
Okay.
So I've literally gone through the same thing
I
like a
don't care
week
about their
ago.
names anymore. Why is this a recurring theme?
Why
in your
did you
life?
have to look them up?
Because we were doing a commentary, and the lady in the movie looked like a real life chipette, but I couldn't figure out which one, so then I had to look up what the fat one was.
You have a reasonable excuse. He doesn't.
It's Brittany Theodora.
Yeah.
Theodora.
Yeah,
No,
that's the
she's
blue
Byzantine.
one.
Theodore, yeah.
And then the green one is the one I always forget. Do you remember her name?
I also forget it.
Now we gotta know.
Now you gotta know. Yeah.
What is
you
it?
can't let
Fucking
It's clearly Alvison.
Julia.
Alice.
Keep with the Roman names.
Brittany, Jeanette, and Eleanor.
Eleanor.
I'm wrong. It's not
There's no
Theodora.
Theodora.
Why'd you say Theodora?
I thought that was
Why
a
did I
name.
agree with you? I'm like, oh, obviously he wouldn't lie to me.
I'm just wrong. Yeah. Are there like bad chipmunks that they encounter?
Yeah, Wario, Waluigi.
Yeah. No, Walvin.
No, yeah, it's Alvin, Weador, Wyman. They're great.
I'm an
Sounds
Wyman.
Jewish.
Wyman Roth. Yeah, that's the one.
So drives by the hitchhiker.
Yeah.
And is just like, hey, and just keeps going.
Well, she doesn't want to get in.
Yeah.
Well, who would want to?
Yeah.
There's no
You wouldn't
room.
get in if you. That was.
There's no.
Well, to be fair, you could probably walk faster
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
lawnmower.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's like you don't really see any space. It's not like he's showcasing a bed back there. It's
Yeah.
you know.
He says later there's room in the trailer,
Yeah.
so I think he takes stuff out together. But also, it's like, no, I don't want to be in your covered trailer next to 15 tanks of gasoline on the side of a road that your like cars are almost hitting you. I'm good. I'll take
I'll
my
wait for the
chances.
truck.
I'll get the next one.
Well, she ends up finding his campfire on the side of the road,
Yeah.
and
Some wieners.
I got some wieners if you're hungry, which
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's exactly how my camping trips go.
And yeah, he like really connects with this girl for some reasons. For some
Yeah.
reason, he knows how to get through to a teenage pregnant girl.
She's running away,
Because
right?
he's seen him.
Yeah.
He's been through
He's
it.
got multiple children. I think the real guy, had like 5
He had.
Yeah.
sons.
He had
and
5
3
sons,
daughters.
2 daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
He's got some wisdom
in
to
this
share.
he said,
And they probably were all like, what the hell is dad doing? So,
I'd love to know where they were.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
well, I think because he mentions he was an alcoholic, like he probably beat the shit out of him and whatnot. They probably don't want to talk to
I
him.
hope the lawnmower blows up on the way they're thinking.
Well, Rose likes him. And she seems to be a good judge of character.
Yeah.
Do you think my dad one day is gonna take a lawnmower to come to see me and make amends?
If he did that, you'd have to forgive him. You'd have to talk to him.
no,
or fight him.
I'm no Lyle. Like, get the fuck off my property, dick.
If your dad drove from up the Canadian border practically down here with a fucking lawnmower, you'd have to talk to him.
I would not. Me and my father.
First
are
thing he
strangers.
said, why
Oh, are
didn't
you? I
take-
couldn't
Yeah,
tell. I
yeah.
could have picked up from the
Why
context
didn't
clues
you
here.
take your car, Dick?
Brian,
I made the newspapers, but I also came to
I have
say
to tell you
apologize.
something. I no longer have one good arm. I have no good arms.
My dad, if my dad like rode a riding mower to see me, I'd be like, "Well, one, Dad, I can't afford a house so I currently live with you. So why did you? We already live together. Why'd you take a riding mower?" Then I'd be like, "How do you know how to drive a riding mower?
Where'd you get a new John Deere from?
Why did you get a new John Deere? We hire people to mow the lawn. What are you
That would
talking
be he demonstrating that the grass needs to be cut, son.
No, we have a giant goddamn hill. I was just like, no, we're hiring people. I'm not doing this.
So they have a heart-to-heart, which is nice. We hear about Rose's story.
He has 14 grandkids, he says.
14, 7 made it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
7 made it out of
7 made
14
it.
pregnancies.
14
That's it.
pregnancies, yeah.
Wow.
Rose has 4 kids. The house catches fire when somebody's babysitting, and they deem her unable to watch these children because she's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, something wrong with her.
Yeah.
So she loses custody, which is like really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Why didn't custody go to him?
Because he's an old alcoholic,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I assume it went to the.
Wait,
dad.
Or
do we
some
know he's an
family-
alcoholic? Did that get said? He hasn't,
mentioned-
he
no.
hasn't drank
He
in
hasn't
years.
drank since the war.
But he mentioned that he was an alcoholic.
And-
Oh.
and
Yeah, when he was a
hinted at
fucking
that's
teenager.
the cause of the problem with
Oh,
Lyle.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's reformed.
Yes.
Yeah. Until the end when he comes off the wagon.
In more ways than one.
He's earned a drink.
Did he? So that's kind of sad, but then I like this little analogy that he has here. It's like I tell my kid, break the stick,
Yeah.
and then break the other stick, and then try to tie them together. Now try to break them, and you can't. It's like that's family.
Family is a yeah.
That's true.
Who let this
True.
through?
I mean, I get the analogy. They didn't have to say it. You know, I'm gonna bleep it. Don't worry.
Oh,
No one's
okay,
getting
no,
canceled.
do whatever you want.
I mean, we are using it
I'm
properly.
using the proper term. I'm just saying it's a little
YouTube
ridiculous.
doesn't understand the
Yeah.
difference.
I know.
YouTube doesn't
know.
understand the difference.
I know, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple of different types. There's the meatballs, you know, there's this bundle of sticks.
They do this joke on The Simpsons.
Really?
Yeah, it's really fucking.
Oh,
Mighty
yeah, I
fat.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's. They're
We
called-
form a mighty.
Yeah, we form a
Yeah.
mighty. Yeah.
I've been reading that Revolution book,
Uh-huh.
and they're constantly like throwing around,
Like
That's how I
talking
felt when
about,
I-
like using it as a weapon. Like they set them on fire and then burn ships with them.
I thought you were about to say like they were like.
No.
What'd you think?
Yeah, they're Genghis Khanning people by setting gay men on fire and launching them in catapults. You fucking
No.
psychopath.
It is,
Like
it is
John
funny.
Paul Jones raided England, and he's fucking throwing at ships and burning down buildings.
It is funny when you're reading like Lord of the Rings. It's like, and he climbed over the. I'm like, and like in modern day, I'm like, when did all these gay guys get here?
Yeah.
Oh wait, oh god, that's what I.
What's
that's
going
what I-
on? It's climbing over. Well, the girl's gone in the morning and she ties a nice together.
Yeah.
I don't know what she ties a bundle of sticks together.
Yeah,
You can't
And
say
then-
it's got to be.
Well, it's short for it.
No, is a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She ties a together.
there you go.
All right.
So much bleeping.
She ties the bundle of sticks. It's very nice. It's to say thank you.
And
I'll
remember,
go back to my family.
Yeah, she said she hasn't told her boyfriend or her
Right.
family. He motivates her to do that,
Go
and
do
I'm
the
sure
right
she
thing.
went home and her dad beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And she's probably like, "Oh my god,
Why'd I go back?
that old senile man on the tractor didn't know what he was talking about. I don't think he
disowned.
makes good decisions."
I mean, if you're taking your life advice from a transient you meet on the side of a road,
Yeah.
you got a bunch of other problems.
Yeah,
Who doesn't have a car?
yeah.
And then he gets rained on. I don't.
That was bound to happen.
Yeah. But he finds like this, I guess, dry shed area. It's like park
Yeah.
It's a
under.
barn. It's
Just
abandoned
a random
barn.
barn.
Yeah.
Seems perfect for his cart.
Perfect. Great.
And I think this is kind of religious.
The movie
Shelter
is
from the
slightly
storm.
religious.
Shelter from the storm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this was like.
Christ provide. You
You-
provided
you-
the barn.
Well, here's the thing. I think if he didn't give the hitchhiker good advice, he wouldn't have gotten the barn.
Whoa.
Oh.
I think it was like, oh, you did something good. Here's something good for you. Because it's kind of a trade off throughout the whole movie like that.
Yeah.
It's penance.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, where are we? So, it's in the
cyclists.
so then it's just a bunch of beautiful shots of like
Yeah.
landscapes and shit.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Oh, it's
I was
gorgeous.
like, I love this.
Eat that up.
The American Midwest is so fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
is.
unless you're driving across it for
Unless-
70 hours.
And then you just want to die because it's
Yeah.
just wheat fields. But like when you get a nice aerial shot, it's gorgeous.
The
Yeah.
Great Plains, man.
But I mean, it also did remind me of just like driving through like all the farmland in
Like-
Pennsylvania. I was just like, man,
Take
this is
that.
like really nice looking.
Set it to fiddle music. Now
Yeah.
you're styling.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
then,
would love to just cut all the aerial shots and just play them on a loop.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh,
relaxing.
There used to be a show when like HD TVs first came out
remember
called
that.
like Aerial America.
you
Yeah.
played it all the
I
time.
loved it.
It was great.
It would just be like helicopter shots of farmland.
It's like HD
And
net,
folk
right?
music.
Like,
Yeah.
He gets, I guess,
Bikers.
stopped by cyclists.
Yeah.
This happened to him before, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen on social media.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I'll tell you, Ant was on his way to Ant was on his way to like work or on his way home one morning,
Oh.
and he parks, and I see like, oh, a story from Anthony, and it pops up. He goes, "How did I get stuck behind this?" And he's panning, and it's thousands of people.
I do remember this. Yes.
He's
I got.
just-
There was a very long string
a
of,
triathlon or
of
something.
cyclists, and I couldn't move.
I was so happy.
It took like 3 minutes for them to pass.
A whole 3 minutes of your day was wasted.
It made for a great smashing Facebook
Oh,
post.
Yeah, it, was good. It looked like more time passed. I'll say that. But they set up a camp, and he, I guess, finds it, which is I guess a really good stroke of luck.
Yeah. And they're all excited to see him. They're like, tractor guy.
Yeah.
Hey, you made it! He's there.
Well, that's kind of left
They're
out of,
enabling his bad behavior and
Yeah.
bad decisions.
but that's left out of the movie. People like started to recognize him along his route. You know, like the story started to grow a bit as it was happening.
legend.
Yeah. It's like, you know, there's this fucking lawnmower guy going all over.
I think this was Lynch's reality with aging. You know, wow, what's the worst thing about being old? You remember when you're young?
I thought that was really good. Yeah.
Poignant.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he was with like those young like Chad guys, you know.
Cyclist,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And then
Bicyclers. That's what we call them. Bicyclers.
Okay.
Cyclists.
No, they're bicyclers.
Bicyclers.
I don't like cyclists. They're annoying.
So then he's driving through a town, and you know it's just like another Midwest town. They all
Is this
kind
the
of
hill
look the
scene?
same,
Yeah.
and it's the deer scene.
Oh, the
deer
deer
scene,
scene.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
I love
funny.
this scene. I love this scene so much.
This is the lynchiest scene in the movie.
Yeah.
I would love a whole movie about this girl. I need to know her story. I assume this isn't real. They made it up for the movie.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
apparently this woman every week
Hits a deer.
runs into a deer
More
on
than
her
one.
way to work.
More than one.
More than one.
What is her insurance like?
She hit-
Probably not good.
She hit a deer. 13 deer in 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be maddening.
And I have to
Where
drive
do they go to
for work.
As she looks around, there's no deer. She, where do they go?
I love that pause where she's like, "Where do they go?" And as someone who lives in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, outside of Philly, there's a lot of deer.
Yeah. You ever hit one?
Huh?
You ever hit one?
I bumped into one.
I hit one.
I hit one too.
Yeah.
Sucks.
I surprisingly have never full on hit one. I hit the brake just enough that I gave one like a tap because it froze. And then like we both stared at each other and then it just walked away normally like
With
okay.
internal injuries?
No, I didn't hit it. Like I literally
No, that
it-
was mine.
It froze. Yeah, it literally froze and I just like tapped it. It was like it like just stood back and then it worked totally fine.
I never hit a deer, but one time, this is very Lynchian. Me and him were driving to Canada, and we get pulled over
I.
and stopped. Do you always fucking grab?
I don't do it enough. Because you do it constantly.
Do it more. Get on his ass. Get on his ass.
So
I'm going to ride you.
So we were going to Canada, me and this fucking guy, and we kept getting pulled over by cops on the way, and like border patrol, and I had like red like dirt on my
Mud.
car. Everybody thought we had hit a deer, and everybody said you hit a deer or something. It was it's straight Lynch shit.
Yeah.
I hit a deer on Christmas Day.
Was it Santa?
It lived, but it like limped away. I think it died shortly after. So my family decided to
Died right after that.
Yeah, it died.
Might be saving
They
Silverman.
bought a deer,
Squirrel ones.
like a giant deer model, and put it in my bedroom while I was sleeping, and then a note that said "fuck you." 'Cause my family likes me.
Real quick, speaking of cops, why don't any cops ever like pull him over?
It's technically not illegal, right?
I guess so.
Just mowing the side.
Yeah.
But like, are you
Public
allowed
service.
to take your mower to not mow anything and take it on the road for long periods of
Well,
time?
he did it.
I think it's like that thing of like what like those bikes with the motors, like a
Yeah.
it's like that
Motorbike?
where it's like it's like you can't stop anybody from using that, you know?
He is hauling a trailer though. I feel like that
would be the problem, but
hauling a trailer with 15 tanks of gasoline. I feel like the cops would be like, "I'm sorry, what? What are you doing?"
Well, he's got to be
And
down
fire.
some by this point. He's been on
fire
the road.
equipment.
Yeah.
But I think
Oh yeah, he's got stuff
Yeah.
to make a fire and
Yeah.
15.
not the safest method, but I think if you attach it, so if the trailer's not attached correctly and it swings, they could pull you over. But if it's attached correctly, I think you're okay.
It doesn't have brakes though, and I
Yeah,
assume it
that's
doesn't have
bad.
lights on it either, which is
Probably.
another
He's
problem.
He's got the high visibility stuff on the rear end of it.
This is the '90s.
Yeah, I also have to think think about that.
We
and
can
it's
let things go.
Midwest. Yeah, Midwest.
He doesn't have those annoying LEDs that blind everybody
Right.
on
Oh
the
my
fucking
God.
highway.
fucking
Does
hate them.
anybody like them?
No.
No, like
I think there's a bill to ban them.
Yeah,
If I had a time machine, that's who I'd go after.
because I never
Yeah.
know if their high beams are on or not. It
yeah,
drives me
and you're
nuts.
like ah.
Well, the
you're
high beams
driving.
aren't as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Well, here's the thing. She loves deer, and it's dead.
Yeah. It's like, and I love deer.
The first thing I wrote in my notes without seeing the next scene, I was like, Alvin, you got to cut that up and get some back straps.
He did.
And he does it. And I'm like, fuck yeah, Alvin, I like you more now.
I don't. Do you think Alvin? He had to cut it there.
had to
I don't.
butcher it, yeah.
He
Oh,
butchered
but
it.
on the road, I don't like. I don't think he has the strength to drag it away
Yeah.
or like
He could
lift
tie
the
it to the
deer
tractor.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
just like drag
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah,
dead deer.
you care. Yeah, that's what you do.
He just forced
I think my-
himself.
Usually you put
I
it
don't
on a
think he has the
tarp.
physical strength, dude.
I think my cousin's dad did this. I think he ran over a deer, but it had really nice antlers. I think he cut off the deer's
Yeah.
head.
Yeah,
Why not?
he puts the antlers on his trailer.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to if you eat it.
No.
For those who don't know why you hang up antlers and skulls, like the tradition of it, most people are like, oh, it's a trophy thing, and it's like, no, it's the spirit of the animal seeing what it died for. So if you have a good home, it died for a good reason. That's the purpose of it.
What are you,
Seems
a
really
fucking
mean to you.
Iroquois?
That's what it's from. Yes. Yeah, that's what it's from.
Hey,
You're
look,
welcome.
we're eating
Yeah.
you.
You're
And you're
welcome.
like, wow, I wish you didn't kill me, and I really don't want to be seeing this
It's
right
like,
now.
so it's like, look, see, he's a good man. He's,
Would you have eaten the deer?
He
I mean,
didn't eat that
if I'm,
How did he eat that deer? There's no way he ate that deer.
he was cooking the steak, yeah,
He did. We saw him
in the
do it.
movie. In the movie, yeah, he
I'm just like, how though?
cut it up and you cook it.
With what?
A knife? I don't know. I don't know.
He has like a little pocket knife.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
can-
it's like a
yeah,
pocket
you
knife,
can.
and then
I've seen people gut deer with knives that are like very small. Yeah,
He didn't eat all that
it's
deer.
not that
I
hard.
didn't eat all of it.
He didn't eat all that
No,
deer.
no.
He didn't eat all that deer.
No, he probably left most of it on the side of the road, but he
Yeah.
probably cut off some
Nah,
steaks.
probably,
You know,
probably.
deer's good.
Makes sense. Yeah, it tastes great. I don't know if he's going to be cooking efficiently on the side of the road with a campfire.
I mean,
And-
cutting it up would be tough for him. He's
Yeah.
old.
And where he's camped out in this scene is weird too, because there's like all these deer statues and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, did you notice that?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
like just a weird like deer.
I thought it was
place? I don't know.
the spirits of the things he hunted.
I don't know.
I thought he was. That's why I mentioned it.
No.
He didn't exactly hunt it.
Yeah, it was just given to him.
Got hit by a car. By a wall.
God sent the deer to.
No, he was. He
God
was
has cursed that woman
Yeah.
and blessed Alvin.
Well, later on, doesn't he say that he was a shooter growing up? That's why he was a sniper. He was a
Yeah.
good shot. He was a
Yeah.
hunter. He was a
Yeah.
hunter.
He
Yeah,
was.
Oh, he knows how to do his thing.
Yeah.
that's what I meant. I figured it was
Yeah.
the animals that he hunted
Yeah.
before.
So he takes the horns. He's driving down, and there's like this is like maybe the most high stakes moment of the movie is as he's going downhill slowly in the speed zone.
Yeah.
There's a house on fire, and he can't really stop.
Yeah.
And
I love that it's like a practice
Yeah.
firefighter thing, and the whole neighborhood's just watching. They think it's fun.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
he comes taking attention away because he loves attention. He
You think
probably he probably staged this. He's
he
like,
cut his own belt.
He's like, oh look, all those people are staring at the fire. They're not looking at me. Oh no!
And the guy's like, I worked for John Deere for 30 years.
Yeah.
What
You
luck. That
shouldn't
was
be
lucky.
doing what you're
What
doing right
luck.
now,
Yeah.
you dumb idiot.
What are you doing? And he's like, how about you come be a transient on my property for a little bit?
Yeah, so I was looking up the real version of this. His thing did break down, and he had to like wait for his social security check
Yep.
to come in, and then I assume be mailed to him
Yep.
in order to actually pay them. So he just hung out for a bit.
Yeah. Human kindness.
Yeah.
It's good.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you have a you have a side apartment. You don't have property really, but would you let a guy like live on your
Holed up in
lawn?
my garage or something.
Live on your lawn?
This isn't a
Or backyard.
theoretical question. He's propositioning.
I'm thinking.
Remember how I said I can't afford my own house at the
Yeah.
moment? Can I?
Is he Catholic?
I was raised, but I
What?
don't
No
practice.
damn
Can I still live at your place?
Well,
I
all right.
remember all the rules and
All right.
everything.
It's what he would want.
He just doesn't want those dirty Protestants.
So fought in World War II. We find out. We don't get his full.
Well, he was on the road for 5 weeks at this point,
Yeah.
with 60 miles. So he, in the movie, he actually gets the Social Security check from Rose.
Yeah.
He asked for it. So that was, I like how they threw that in there, and that was real.
Yeah.
So
Well, he goes to the bar with the old man.
Yeah, well, he's offered a couple of things first. That he's offered the garage, and he's like, "No,
Yeah.
I got to be outside because he's paying penance." And he also won't go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, he's like, do you want the phone? He's like, no, do you have one of those cordless ones? Like, yeah. It's like, you can go inside and use the phone, buddy.
Nah.
No, he can't.
Again,
gotta be
his
outside.
penance is a burden to everyone else. It's like, well, what if you like freeze out there and die? Then this guy's got to take care of your body. Like you're harming everyone around you. You're a terrible human being in real life. In the movie, I know it's a spiritual thing. Like I get it, but I'm just thinking if he did this in real life, it's like you're just a horrible person. And you deserve to die.
Yeah.
The guy wants to drive him, and he like refuses. He won't take a
But
ride.
he'll take a ride to the bar.
He'll take a ride to a bar, but he knows he'll come back.
He
Yeah.
saw a kindred spirit in the old man and had to ease his pain as well.
Yes.
He also left $3 for the phone call because everything he gets, he's like, I gotta give back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He refuses to take anything.
Yes. He doesn't drink though, so he has milk at the bar. And like you were saying, PTSD if you want to
Yeah.
go with there.
What?
Never mind. At the bar.
This is the best scene in the movie, by the way.
Yes, at the bar he explains that he has PTSD from the war.
Oh yeah, he goes into the war stories.
Yeah, that's well you mentioned it before. But
Yeah.
So if you want to continue from your notes.
It's really just he was a sniper, and he's like, by the end we started killing men, and by the end we were killing moon-faced boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's a moon-faced boy?
Asian.
Young. Clear skin.
Isn't that like an Asian term? Moonface?
Yes.
I assume he started in Germany and they put him into Japan afterwards, right?
No.
I saw more killing than anyone.
Like, I just thought he enjoyed the war so much.
I love killing.
Yeah.
They sent me to Okinawa.
No, he
Killed the crowds
'cause
and
by
the moon
the e-
faces.
By the end of the war, the Nazis were just grabbing like
Kids,
Hitler
children.
youth and shit
Yeah.
and giving them
Wow.
guns.
Not even Hitler Youth, just kids.
Well, yeah, anybody, but
Yeah.
so that's why by the end it was just he's killing young people. And he
Heartbreaking.
tells a story where he accidentally killed a fellow American.
Yes.
Team killed.
And the other
Team
guys.
killed their scout.
If that's real, should he have to do time after this?
Nah, friendly
Before
fire.
it's-
It's friendly
No,
fire.
I don't think
Depends
It
if you were-
happens.
Yeah, it depends if you were.
No,
ordered.
if it's an accident, I
Yeah.
think you're fine.
He was ordered to do it.
I think a trial at the Hague is in order for,
Wait, he was
killing an
ordered to do
American.
it?
Post mortem
No, because friendly fire does happen.
I know.
happens more than you want to. admit.
Yeah, so there would be a lot more trials as the case, but no, it'd be different if he's like, and I wanted to do it, and I
And I
planned
did it again.
I fragged that son of a bitch.
I saw
Why'd you
him
do it,
looking at-
Alvin? He was Pollock.
I saw him looking at a picture of my Dave.
Yeah, that you get in trouble for.
Doing shots.
But he's been haunted by this
His whole
since.
life,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And the other guy watched his whole, all his pals get burned alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kindred spirits.
Seems like war is probably not the best thing we should
War
be
is
doing.
hell, I've heard that.
Yeah.
And goes outside now. He's back at like the guy's like lawn, and he's just looking up at the stars, and it's beautiful shots from Lynch.
Yeah.
Of the stars.
Well,
and then,
I think that's important.
There's a
because-
lot of stargazing in this. Yeah.
yeah.
Right. The intro has stars. This scene, but he mentions that like he wants to sit with his brother and look up at the stars because when they were kids, that's what they used to do.
Yeah.
So he mentions it here.
Well, that's the first time they build it to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then now when he looks up at the stars, you put the connection. Oh, that's why it's like stars everywhere. Like,
And now we get Chris Farley's brothers. That's Chris Farley's brothers.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They look familiar. I didn't look up who they were, but they look very familiar.
They're
Yeah.
not twins, though.
No, they're not twins. I think he had 3 or 4 brothers that like all like acted.
I do
Yeah.
like that they're the Olsen twins.
Oh yeah, they're like we get the Olsen twins, and I was just like, why would he need? Wouldn't they be doing Full House at this time?
Well, they're gonna show him how the West was fun. That's my go-to Olsen
Me
twins
too.
movie, Paul.
Were these real people? Because I feel like in 1999 they would have known better than to call, unless they thought it was a
He
fun
definitely
joke.
did it on purpose.
Yeah,
I think so.
I was expecting Mary Kate and Ashley
Yeah.
to be like working on the.
Here we go.
How wooed. So he haggles them because they're trying to rip him off a bit.
Yeah.
they charge him $247.80, and he's like, nah. And he just goes reason after reason,
Yeah.
and he knocks it down to
180,
$180, which
yeah.
he expected to pay earlier. So
Yeah.
he knows his stuff. He knows his machinery.
And then he's like, before I leave, let me give you guys some brotherly advice.
Yeah.
From a man who hasn't talked to his brother in
Yeah.
10 years.
You gotta
and
stop fighting.
Isn't in a rush to go see him before he dies. I'm going to tell you how to be a good brother. I'd be like, can you, tell me what you're going to say. We're going to do whatever the opposite is.
Does anyone here? I know you have a brother. Do you have a brother?
No.
Okay. You're the only one, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I find you guys as my brothers.
oh, thanks.
I don't care
Wow,
too
fuck
much.
both of you. Thanks for the reciprocation.
I'm just getting to know you
Pieces of
guys. I don't
garbage.
care too much for any of it.
Appreciate the honesty.
I guess
Feelings mutual.
Is it because I'm not a Catholic anymore? I'm sorry, all right? I went to a really bad Catholic school. It ruined the experience for me, all right?
got a nice shot of the Mississippi River. He crosses a bridge.
Okay, yeah, that scene was
Nice.
weird because it felt like it was building
Yes.
tension.
Yeah, I was like,
And it felt like there was like a
I
ticket.
think I know why, and you guys can
let me
agree
know.
or disagree. His trip is slowly coming to an end.
I guess it's
He
starting
doesn't
to feel
want
real.
it to end.
Yeah.
He also doesn't want to see his brother.
Yeah.
Like we said,
What?
he's taken. Well, you have to remember when he sees his brother, that's when the real penance happens.
When he dies.
No, the penance happens. He has to face it. He's
Yeah.
going to face something that
Yeah.
he's avoided for 10 years,
Yeah.
which is himself and his brother. And once you cross that bridge, there's no going back.
Well,
Yeah.
the movie is about wrapping up like the loose ends of your life. It's about preparing yourself for death.
But this is the analogy. Once you cross the bridge, you can't go back.
Yeah.
This is the point of no return.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
why he fears it, because the trip for him up to now was actually very nice and good. The end of this trip is going to be very difficult.
You're right, because the next scene is him in a graveyard.
No.
Yes.
yeah.
But I mean, like, no, I
And
get
that's
like
when he's facing the possibility where his brother could have
thematically, I get it. It's just the way it was shot. It felt like I'm like, is the bridge about to raise and he has to jump
Yeah.
over it? Like
Yeah.
the way it was shot, it felt
Yeah.
like there was like something
That would be sick.
happening.
I had the same thought. Is he gonna have to like go over the drawbridge in the lawnmower?
Yeah, I'm just like, what's going on here? Like, I understand everything
Yeah.
you're saying. I know that was the point of the scene, but just the way it was shot, it felt like something different was about to happen.
It has like high tension action movie cues.
Yeah.
Totally. I had the same exact
Yeah,
thought.
and he's like, he has a scared face too.
Yeah.
So
And now he goes camping out in a cemetery.
Yeah, talks to
And-
the priest.
Yeah, and the
Gives him
priest
some
comes.
lighting fires in the
Yep.
cemetery. You know,
They
as-
talk about the Marquette expedition.
the French Catholic trappers.
Yep.
Yes, that's right. They're the first Europeans to map the northern Mississippi.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
And they got killed by a predator. I saw
Yes,
that in a movie.
That's
recently.
right.
Oh, and Prey?
Yeah.
Was that good? Did you like that?
Right? Yeah, I liked it. The CGI was rough, but I think it's because Disney was like, let's just shit it on Hulu. But other than that, the movie's fine.
I didn't watch it yet.
Is it the worst Predator? You should head over to my channel when we reviewed all the Predator sequels and
Okay,
figured
okay.
which was the worst.
Can I pick your brain about something?
What?
I really like the Adrian Brody one.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I like that one.
I feel it was like a little safe, but I thought it was fine.
I feel like people like shit on that.
I think it's kind of forgotten.
I
No.
liked it too. I don't know who shits on it.
I think it just came out at a weird time because people just wanted to forget about AVP.
Now, do you
and
count?
it came out and it was just okay.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you count the Alien vs Predator movies?
Oh, we count them.
You count them? Because I was like, that changes the way I look at the list. Because my initial reaction is it's the Shane Black Predator movie,
Yeah.
and not the one with Arnold, the one he directed. But
Well, if you want to know what I think, you got to watch that fucking episode. I'm getting
Yeah.
my plugs in.
All right,
I didn't
get
even
'em
wait
in.
till the end to get my plugs in.
And we'll hop in. He tells the priest that anger, vanity, and liquor kind of caused them to not talk. They don't give a reason. He's just like, yeah, that's it. Anger, vanity, and liquor. And we stopped talking. It's like, okay,
No, if you thought those things.
okay, sure, we get it.
The audience, I feel like the audience has probably experienced all this stuff, and they could just draw their own conclusions. I would love to know the real story.
Yeah, right. Like,
If Rose is still alive, I would love to interview her. It'll
Yeah.
probably take 10 days. But feel like, so what exactly got them to fight? It'll be like, I said my tractor was bad or something like that. I bet you it was something really
I do want to
stupid.
know what it was.
10 years is a long fucking time.
No.
it's probably one of those things they don't even remember.
Probably insulted his wife.
Yeah.
Slept with her.
Whoa. How
Oh, you think Alvin?
How sordid.
You think Alvin banged Lyle's wife?
Well, he did say vanity, so I don't know.
And now he goes into town, and he's like, I gotta get off the wagon, and he has a Miller Lite.
I want a Miller Lite.
throw away all his hard work.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is this like part of the penance, like not drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Back on the sauce.
He could have picked a better beer.
I don't approve of that.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's
Like-
probably new. She's like, what's a Miller
Yeah,
Lite?
it's
I've
the
never heard of
90s.
that.
Light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the 90s.
Look,
He's-
sometimes you need a little bit of alcohol when you're about to do something scary. Okay.
Should have alone, bro.
Well, isn't it great taste, less filling, right? Wasn't that the
think so,
thing in the
yeah.
90s? He's seen the Miller Lite twins. I think that was them, right? He's like, let
Remember
me
that
try
commercial,
some of that.
beer or Michelob?
No,
I
don't
vaguely
remember.
remember this.
It was like guys in like Germany, and they bring out this book with all these beers in it, and he's just like, "Get that away from me! Having a Michelob."
I remember that.
That one. Do you think he was like a big? Do you think he was missing out on drinking watching like the Budweiser Frog commercials?
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
that was pretty fun. What was that beer commercial with the penguin?
Bud Ice.
do. Yeah.
Bud Ice.
Bud Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The marketing was so
Do you
good.
have any of those penguin beers I see on the TV?
In 4th grade, I wanted one desperately because I used to watch hockey, and they had Bud Ice constantly, and I like begged my parents, like, "You gotta let me try Bud Ice."
Really?
Because of the Penguins, yeah. And they actually let me
That's
like,
better
have-
than Joe Camel.
yeah, they let me have a sip.
Wow, you had some Bud Ice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't like it.
With dear old dad.
Didn't
Every
take.
every parent has done that. They're like, here, and then you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Why do you drink this? You'll know soon enough.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I'm like, why did you even like? You know, we're gonna drink it anyway when we get older. Like, you're not really, whatever.
You're delaying it, you know.
Yeah, I guess you're
Yeah.
delaying it.
I love the bar scene. Wooden panels, very basic. I've seen this bar a million times upstate. And there's a guy at the end drinking black coffee. And I was like, had to be somewhere.
What, David Lynch?
Yeah.
No,
had to be somewhere.
Is it him?
no,
Oh, okay.
no. It's just coffee.
Okay,
Black
yeah.
coffee. It's his thing.
Did you ever see that Family Guy bit with him?
Oh yeah.
Where he comes out of the chimney on Christmas? In the future, leave a plate of black coffee out.
Also in the past.
It's a thumb. Don't look away.
So now he gets directions and he's driving and the mower dies
Again.
and he's stuck on the side of the road. And then, yeah, I was like, is this supposed to be a religious thing? And
It's so obvious.
yeah,
Because
it
he
has
comes
to be.
along, he tells him, just try it now.
Yeah.
And it works again.
Yeah.
And then he shepherds him the rest of the
And that's the
way,
second
which
time.
is only like 5 feet.
And that's
Yeah.
the second time he's seen him, right?
No, I don't think so.
He saw
He
a big,
passes him once,
yeah,
right?
but I think like earlier in the movie there is a big tractor, but also there would be a lot of big tractors.
Right.
But on the
anyway.
road, that's why I thought it was weird.
Well, yeah, no, I've seen tractors on the road plenty.
Really?
of times.
Okay.
Yeah, small
Well, they
town.
usually are driving to like another thing.
Okay.
They're not all driving across the state. It's not uncommon to see a tractor on a road. You just don't see it for long periods of time on the road. 'Cause
I'm a
they're-
city guy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get the tractor there in the first place?
Gotta-
Right? That's how
Yeah.
you get there. Talk to the mic. What am I
There you
doing?
go. Yeah, you're over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Crystal, who you guys thought was
Yeah.
more important to have on the show than
Yes,
me.
yes.
We've been doing the show for like 3 years, and she'll still be like this.
So will him.
Yeah.
He does
Doing
that
it
too.
again.
We have one episode. The last 10 minutes, he's just like,
Yeah, it's like, you can hear me. You can hear
Lounging.
me. It's fine.
And I'm like, get closer to the fucking mic.
You just got to talk straight into the mic. Just don't do this. That's all. It cuts off a
Keep
little
me
bit.
riding dirty.
yeah, and it gives him the tractor guides him to
Yeah.
Yeah.
his brother's place. He
Which
goes
is a
off.
shithole.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, he
dump.
lives in like a shack.
It's like the Evil Dead cabin. Yeah. The Necronomicon's there.
I'm here to see my brother, Bruce Campbell,
Yeah.
comes out. Your brother's dead. He turned into a monkey demon, and I shot him. Ah! Have you seen my hand?
Groovy.
Lau.
Loud.
Alvin.
What's his name?
Harry Dean Stanton.
Harry Dean Stanton. Yeah.
He loved working with Harry Dean Stanton. So
He's in like all his shit, right?
most of them, yeah.
And his last movie,
He's
he's
in
the
what-
star, right?
Huh?
Isn't he the star of Inland Empire?
Is he? That's one I've only seen once, and I haven't rewatched.
He's in Fire Walk with Me and Twin Peaks.
He's in it.
Return.
He's not the star, though.
Yeah. I assumed he'd be in it. I don't think he's sorry.
Yeah.
And he's also in Wild at Heart. I feel like there's another one.
Mulholland Drive, Lost Highway.
He's in both of them?
I think so. Let's see. Is he's in the Twin Peaks movie, right?
He definitely is, because then that character comes back.
Yeah.
That's when they're in that other town.
That's like
the anti-Twin Peaks where the
Bizarro
cops are
Peaks.
mean. Instead of the hotel, it's the trailer park. The diner is not nice. It really is just the opposite of Twin Peaks. Deer Meadow, I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing him in either of those.
Harry Dean Stanton was a great actor. Usually when you saw him in a movie, it was going to be a pretty good movie.
He's in The Godfather too, isn't he?
Godfather Part 2.
Two, yeah,
He's one of
okay.
the FBI guys.
Green
with the,
Mile.
Yeah.
Alien 40th anniversary.
He's in the
he's
Avengers
an
for
alien,
5
right?
seconds.
He's
He's the janitor that finds
yeah.
the Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
He was working up until the very end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he rocks.
Yeah.
Um,
Although I think his brother in real life was like 80. I'm like, I don't think Harry Dean Stanton was 80 in 1999.
no.
He's probably pretty fucking old though, right?
He looked older
Yeah.
than he did, so
Yeah, but no, Alvin wasn't 80 in the movie.
74.
no. I
No,
think
it's
in real life the brother was 80.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I might be wrong. Fact check me,
So-
reviewing history
so
podcast.
Alvin was born in 1920. He died in 96 at age 76.
But we're not talking about it.
But
Alvin.
how
How
old was the brother?
How was Lyle?
Lyle? Fucking no, Lyle doesn't have a Wikipedia page. What am I gonna put in Lyle Straight?
Lyle Straight.
Yeah.
When did he die?
Yep. You're gonna have information on it.
Be great if he's still alive. He's 103.
Lyle Straight was the older brother, and David Lynch was 75 years old when Alvin Straight, his younger brother, took a 6-week trip on his riding lawnmower to visit him.
So around this. Okay.
All right.
and that's how the movie ends.
Well,
They're
Yeah,
just
we
sitting
never
out on
get
the
to see their
porch.
conversation or anything.
Well, I
Looks harsh.
Well, at first his brother looks kind of annoyed, and
Yeah, he's gonna
they
cry.
sit next to each other, and then he like notices the lawnmower, and he's like, "Did you ride that lawnmower all the way to come see me?" He goes,
Yep.
"Yep, I did." And like they're kind of welling up with tears, and then it just cuts to the stars,
Yeah.
implying that they've reconciled and
Right,
everything is
Again, I think it's
good.
important. I mean, in real life, I would like to know, but I think it's important that we don't know what really was the schism between them.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And
yeah.
again, because the audience probably has related to this,
Mm-hmm.
and they can fill it in, and like probably have like, what would I say to my person if I had the chance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
just ride a
It's,
lawnmower around for 6 weeks. It'll all be good.
But in real life, it was probably like money or some bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good ending. Really solid ending.
I
it.
fucking loved it. I
Yeah.
thought this was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite Lynch movie now.
Mm.
We rate movies out of 10. I'm going to give it a 10. I thought it was beautiful and poignant. I don't give out 10s very often.
You give it a
No.
perfect score.
That's rough.
I fucking loved it.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 at 10. I
I
can't
thought it
do.
was beautiful. Yeah.
10. I can't do. As much as I did like it, I'd say 7.5.
Wow.
I think that
a
the
big-
story's really great. But if you're not into Lynch, you're gonna have a few parts that take away from it. That's all.
I kind of feel the same way as you, Brian. I see it as flawless, but I can't give it a 10. I don't know why I can't give it a 10.
Because it's a movie about a guy riding a
Yeah,
lawnmower.
so I'm,
Right.
just gonna, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay. I can understand it.
I'm gonna go 9.
Yeah.
Just because 1 point off for like just the real life guy, me hating him, and 1 point off for like him just reminding me of old people I can't stand. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
Olivia.
But yeah, it's I wouldn't say I like a few of his other movies more, but this is solid. This is you can put this movie on for anyone,
Yeah. It's,
and they will at least like it.
Yes.
Maybe not love it,
Yeah.
but they'll be like, "Wow, that was actually a really good movie."
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm like I like A to B movies. You
Yeah.
know, Lynch. I can respect the shit out of him, but
Yeah.
it always doesn't always mesh with me.
Yeah.
So it's like I like this and I like Elephant Man because
Yeah.
they're like real movies that I can understand. It's
Telling
like
a coherent story.
yeah, it's like that's what I enjoy.
What about
like,
that Netflix short where he's interrogating that monkey?
Oh,
About
I love
sleeping with
that.
the chicken. That
Yeah.
one's great.
I love 6 men getting sick.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
That's the first thing he ever did.
yeah.
So in these episodes,
Yeah.
Brian does a little doodle for the movie that we're watching.
Oh.
And we want you to look at it and try to describe what you see. So
Okay.
assume that an audio listener can't see it. So
And just describe what you're looking at.
what are you looking at?
Okay. So we have a cowboy. he's sitting on top of like what looks like the state of Texas, but you didn't finish drawing the rest of the state of Texas. And then you, on either side of the unfinished state of Texas, there's an asterisk with a circle around it. Some would say those are tires. I will refuse to believe that. And then he's holding his dick in his hand, the cowboy. And then there's a rope. There's a rope attached to what I think you tried to make a square, but you didn't quite get the top one too straight. And then there's 2 other circles with scribbles in them, which may be tires. I refuse to believe they are tires. I believe some might interpret this abstract art, which clearly it is, to be a man on a tractor with a trailer behind it.
I mean, that's the intent, but you know, I think it's one of my better ones.
I want to see the Texas part of it.
See, it looks like he started drawing the top of the state of Texas and then just didn't finish the rest of it.
I like that the wheels are Conestoga wagon wheels.
But just wait, that's not what the wheels look like.
Covered wagon? How big is that?
This is real.
Were you playing
old-timey.
Oregon Trail while watching the movie?
Look, we all know it's something hauling something, so I think it's a pretty good job.
What was that show from like the early 2000s? It was like a mini series from the early 2000s about like a wheelwright. That fucking
Hell on Wheels?
no, it was like a Spielberg thing. It was like a Virginia family that went across the plains.
I know what you're talking about. It's like a mini series,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Into the West.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it was. They made wheels. That's what that show was about.
Well, I
Real
mean, it's a
quick.
good thing to sell on the road.
Real quick, guys, do you want to know how Alvin got back home?
Yes, I do actually.
His
Oh.
nephew drove him.
Lyle's kid.
Well, he did his penance.
He finished his penance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he did his penance, but then he wanted to just go on another tractor trip a few years later.
Well,
What was
he died 2 years after this. He didn't
Yeah.
have a lot of time.
So he was, but what was he getting penance for that time? It's like, okay,
Well, he
now
wanted
it's just
another
for
new mower.
Now it's love of the game.
now he's just addicted to it.
Or a possible book deal.
Yeah, again, it literally was just like, he stopped getting attention that he pretended to be too good for, and then he wanted that second win.
He was given $10,000 for his story to be turned into a movie, his life rights, and he was supposed to get, I think, 10% of the gross. And because he died, they didn't have to give him anything.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
Rose didn't get a fat paycheck.
She got nothing. I
That's a
think.
shame.
Yeah.
But,
She didn't get
really burned her.
anything from them.
But that's it for this one, Tony. I want to thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
joining
you for
us.
You
coming
want
on.
to do plugs?
Yes, I'm Tony from Hack the Movies. You know, along with Gil and Crystal, who apparently were more important than me. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. We talk about movies new and old inside a video store. It's not a real video store. And yeah, the audio version is wherever you get your podcast. I do a bunch of stuff on Patreon, which is a lot of fun, a lot of bonus stuff, a lot of commentary tracks. Let me know if you guys ever want to do a commentary track for a, I don't know, some movie.
I'm
based
down for anything.
on- I'll find a
Literally
movie.
anything you want to podcast, I'm down about. I'm a Bond expert.
He said
An expert.
anything.
I'm an
I
expert.
need to finish the last 2 Pierce Brosnan for my channel. I did the first 2, so maybe I
Have
can
me
work
there. I
something
will
out.
have tons of fucking trivia for you.
I can't believe you just proclaimed yourself an expert.
I think I am an expert. Yeah.
He's wearing the shirt.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah, you don't wear that shirt unless you're an expert, obviously.
So, do you know the channel Heavy Spoilers?
No.
It's a pretty good channel. He does like deep dives into movies and goes through like Easter eggs and shit. But my friend recommended him to me because he's doing a Bond series, and I'm watching it right now, and I'm like, I know that. I know that.
It's got nothing.
Wow.
I'm learning absolutely nothing, and I'm just hearing shit I already know. But
Maybe I'm
still enjoying
Maybe I'll
it.
do like a what is the best/worst Daniel Craig one. Because I'm in the minority. Like I don't like Skyfall that much, but I do like Spectre, which most people like.
I
hate
like
it.
Spectre.
Yeah.
All
But yeah, when it comes to worse, it's got to be Quantum of Solace or No Time to Die, and I'm not sure which one I hate more. So that'll be fun.
I can offer a good. I like Quantum. It's actually the funny thing is I love that we're talking Bond right now. Quantum is probably the Bond movie I watch the most. And
Well, this has been great.
well, here's why. Here's why.
Yeah.
It's the shortest one.
All
So
right, that makes
if I
sense.
need a quick hit of Bond,
Well, yeah, they did it during a writer strike, and
Exactly.
they're like,
Oh, it shows.
yeah.
But I will say, if you watch it back to back with Casino Royale, like immediately after, it works so much better because it's like an epilogue.
Okay.
You should message that Bond guy and be like, "I've learned nothing from you."
Well,
But
thank you.
Hack the Movies. I'm the same on the socials and everything. Just look up Hack the Movies. Yeah. I hope this was at least as good as a Gil episode of Reviewing History.
Ant was here, so it's automatically
Exactly.
elevated.
Yeah, it's way better.
Let me see something.
Oh, you're checking Patreon schedule.
Yeah, let me see when this is coming out. All right, this is coming out June 11th.
Oh, my sister's birthday.
Oh, well, happy
I'm
birthday.
going to sit her down and we're all going to watch this.
That's a great idea.
All right.
That's
Good
what a
week.
way,
Happy
what a way to
birth-
spend your birthday.
Happy birthday, Nicole. Watch me talk about a tractor for 2 hours.
Well, happy birthday. Nick. How old
Yeah.
is she?
Oh, fuck. 30, 32?
Happy
The big
birthday.
3-2.
I don't know. She was born in 1992. Someone do the math. I always forget.
33?
That's 33.
33.
Yeah. Happy
Yeah.
Jesus
33rd
year.
birthday. We'll cut that out.
Oh, yeah, how old is Jurassic Park? She's 1 year older than that because it came out on the same day. We always tease her for that.
I saw the trailer for the new Jurassic yesterday. I've like actually paid attention to it for the first time because I was in a theater. Whew, it looks fucking rough, huh?
We'll see.
I'll see it.
That's a movie that should have never got sequels, and somehow it got 6. So even if it's bad, I'll be like, whatever.
You don't like Lost World?
It's
Nah, I
dinosaurs.
don't
How
know
much could
about
you
that
hate?
well.
It's dinosaurs. How could you hate dinosaurs?
Has-
Yeah, at the best, at the
Yeah.
most, you're just gonna get like wacky dinosaur
Yeah.
action.
Did you see the last one?
Maybe.
The last one,
Fucking terrible.
I don't think I
the
did.
last one, I feel bad for because that was one of those movies that got slapped with COVID right in the middle of production.
Oh, it was a COVID movie?
So
Okay.
like literally, they were making the movie and then COVID stopped it.
What
So
was
I feel
the
like
last one?
Dominion. It
Dominion.
got fucked. It probably wasn't going to be good, but I think COVID fucked it up. even
Grant
more.
came back and there's
I
like
didn't see
locusts
Dominion.
involved. It's
They
fucking
brought
weird.
all the old characters back, but it was just to spite Disney for fucking up Star Wars, not having all the old characters. But and I enjoyed it on a spite level, but a story level, like you didn't need all these old
Yeah.
fuckers in this movie.
It's
Why
not
would
like
you-
Velociraptors in Canada, right?
Yeah.
I like the ones with Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that was the
This
last
is the
one.
third Chris Pratt movie.
I didn't see the third one.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it, all right.
I like the second one because
I
it's
like the
like
second
a
one,
dumb
yeah.
action
Fallen
movie.
Kingdom. I enjoy that one because it's
And-
weird.
Yeah, it's like you have a velociraptor smell a gas line and then jump out of an explosion.
I love how weird it is.
Yeah, it's
But no,
ridiculous.
we'll see what happens with the new one. Again, if it's bad, I don't really care. That other one, reviewing history, by the way, there's a Vietnam movie coming out. It's called Primal War or something, but it's literally about like a Vietnam army group that go to an island and then fight dinosaurs.
We could do
Well,
it.
it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Vietnam exists.
Wasn't that the plot of that King Kong movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just regular dinosaurs this time. But no, that one looks pretty awesome. They're like shooting raptors. It's what I wanted 65 to be. 65 kind of let me
That
down.
was so disappointing.
Well, okay, sorry.
No, I'm
real
loving
quick.
this.
65. It was meant to be a surprise that dinosaurs were in it. That's how they shot the movie. And that's why there's not a lot of dinosaur action for a while, because it's supposed to be a surprise and a build-up. The problem is, all the advertisement
It was
went,
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs are in the movie. So when you watch it, you're like, where the fuck are the dinosaurs in this shit? And it takes forever. Like, if it had been a surprise, I would have been fine. 'Cause The
Yeah.
rest of the movie's like, okay. But it has such a slow start because I didn't know it was supposed to be a mystery. Because the movie, the trailer and everything, and the opening credits, like the crawl,
Dinosaur.
spoils everything for you.
65 million years ago on your planet.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, it's the dinosaurs. And then they're
Dinosaurs.
like, what is that monster? And I'm like, it's a dinosaur. Why aren't they showing it? It's like,
We all know
that's
this.
one where like the studio fucked it with marketing and shit. So, yeah. Anyway, that's,
Yeah.
for more movie reviews, go to my channel.
All right, this week on the Reviewing History Patreon, we have Let's Dock. I'm sorry. We have We're Docking.
Docking.
The name was changed. We have We're Docking, Idea Man. Steve and me are watching.
Steve and I.
Fuck you, man. Steve and me are watching the Jim Henson documentary,
Yeah.
Idea Man, and we're talking all about
It's
Muppets,
great.
one of our
It's
favorite
awesome.
things in the
I
world.
do love
That
the Muppets.
episode was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved doing
Dude,
that. So
I went
give
to
it a watch.
Fan Expo last week. There's a guy just walking around as Jim Henson, and it looks spot on. It looks spot on. I'm like, who fucking cosplays as Jim Henson? That's amazing.
He's not cosplaying.
He's not
he just
cosplaying.
looks like that.
They finally let him out of that back room.
Well, Kermit, you know, he just did a commencement speech at Maryland.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he
Really?
say?
I don't know. It was a commencement speech. I didn't watch it.
watch the speech.
Follow your dreams and, you know, always try your best.
George
If
Lucas?
I would have ended up graduating college, which I didn't, I went to Temple, so Bill Cosby used to talk at our graduation
Oh
things.
no!
He put the crowd to
I'm
sleep,
like, what
right?
would be worse? I finally graduated college. What would be worse? Like Bill Cosby spoke at my graduation, or Kermit the Frog spoke at my graduation.
I would like Kermit.
I don't know.
History
Kermit,
will look
you would remember
kinder
yours
on
with
Kermit than Bill
Yeah.
Cosby.
You wouldn't remember Cosby's.
You sleep through it.
It's not-
Reach under your desk. You got the jello pudding under your seat. You do a good Bill Cosby.
I
don't
do?
have one. I always thought you did a good Bill.
Thank you.
You want to give it a try?
One day you may find
good,
yourself sitting in a room and you take the glass of water and you slip something into it when people aren't looking. And then they come around and they drink it up and they go, oh, my eyes are getting heavy.
All right. Well, Tony, thank you so much for
Great to
joining
be
us.
here. Great to be here.
You got to say bye. Steve's waving. He forgot we're an audio podcast.
Goodbye. I was drinking.
And
I don't want to choke.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
want to give a big thank you to Tom, Steve, Dave, Brywell, Q, Get 'em, last record down the studio. We greatly appreciate it.